tuning into the Static Dreams channel. My name is Joshua and I'll be your guide. Tonight we're reading for everyone in the name of Taurus, and that's going to be Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus from the week of November 10th through the 14th. Now this is going to be a general reading. We're going to see whatever comes through, whether it's love, career, finance, what have you. We're going to see what Spirit has to say. Okay? Now, cross watchers, roles can be reversed. If you find a message that doesn't really fit with you, take what resonates and leave it for somebody else. Okay, so here we go. Spirit, what do we got for Taurus? My earth sign, my fellow earth sign, I'm Virgo, Sun. So Taurus, what do we got for the week of November 10th through the 14th? Let's see what's coming out. Oh, we got a tower on Monday, the 10th. Don't freak out about towers. Towers are actually good for you, okay? I'll explain in a bit. We got Nine of Cups on Tuesday. This is definitely going to be good because a tower leading Nine of Cups, it's fantastic. We got Wednesday, Eight of Swords, interesting energy. Thursday, we got the Ten of Swords. Plot is thickening. And we got Friday, we got ending the week with the Queen of Cups. So it looks like things are going to turn out pretty good in the end with the Emperor. Aries, fire energy. For someone with fire Aries placements, hanging around in the shadows. So that's very mature energy, very powerful leadership. So let's see what's crack-a-lackin' for your week, Taurus. Okay, November 10th through the 14th. So let's see here. Now towers here, it's very heavy energy. It's fire, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo energy. It's explosive, but it always happens for the greater good. It's like if you're going on the wrong path in life, the universe steps in to settle things straight. For example, say if this is a weird example, I'm just going to use it. Say if you're driving down the street, right, you're going to the store, and it's a windy night, and all of a sudden, boom, you get a flat tire. You're like, dang it, I got to go ahead and fix this flat tire. After you fix the flat tire, call AAA, whatever, you start rolling down the road, you notice all of a sudden a tree fell down in the middle of the road, and it caused like an accident, and or something to that degree. It's the universe saying, hey, you're on the wrong path. I'm trying to snap you out of it. I'm trying to put you back on the right one. That's what towers are. It could also mean that you built a relationship on a shaky foundation, and all of a sudden the tower energy comes in, and now you're looking at separation, divorce, but after that you meet your soulmate. It's that kind of situation with the tower. Okay. It could also be a job. Say you hate where you work. That's a very common thing. You're slaving away, you're not being recognized, and all of a sudden, boom, you get a layoff notice. You know what I mean? Or, you get furloughed, for example. Or, your position gets dissolved for whatever. That's a tower. Okay, but it usually means that something better is for you. And that's what it means. There's something else there better. You're on the wrong path. You hated that job anyways. Guess what? The universe stepped in and say, hey, you don't like where you work? Guess what? Here you go. And all of a sudden, the next day, you get an interview to a company you've been applying for years, or you become self-employed. You know what I mean? You all of a sudden want to start your underwater basket weaving. You know what I mean? Whatever the heck, whatever floats your boat. But that's what's going on Monday. Let's go ahead and emphasize that. Now, that's standard Smith-Waite Tarot. But we're going to go ahead and use our Impressionist Tarot deck from Corinne Kenner, artwork by Arturo Pica. This is a great deck, especially if you're into Impressionist art, and from Van Gogh, because these are kind of like going off of that whole scheme. I am an oil painter as well, and I love Impressionist oil painting, like Van Gogh. So let's see what the Van Gogh deck has to say. Well, the Impressionist Tarot deck has to say for that tower on Monday. We've got the Three of Cups. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Look how pretty that is in that deck. Look at the gorgeous artwork on that one. So that's great. You're going from this fire explosion, boom, this catastrophic, well, it's not catastrophic event. Oh my goodness, this all happened, but you're celebrating it. You're like, hell, I hated that freaking job anyway. To heck with them. To heck. So that's the end of that one. So that's could be that, or it could be a relationship. Since your cups are emotions and feelings. It could be like, hey, you know what I mean? You're having a horrible relationship with your partner or your spouse, uh, Janice in accounting, and you had enough of her, and all of a sudden, boom, this happens. Cool, I don't have to talk to Janice anymore. She used to steal my lunch anyway, or she gave me a crappy present at the Christmas party. You know what I mean? That kind of situation, you're done. Or it could mean that you're dealing with, it was a third party situation. Say if you're looking at more relationship, again, the explosion happens, you know what I mean? Because someone was a cheating, you know what I mean? And you're like, hey, I'm done with that. You can look at it a few different ways, but anyways, that one looks out like you're celebrating. You're over it. You're done. Done, done, done. Fantastic. Okay, let's go ahead and run into Tuesday after that whole craziness on Monday, the 10th. You got the Nine of Cups coming in. You're happy. This is the wish fulfillment. You're like, man, I can't believe. You're like, I'm so thankful that I got laid off because now I got I can finally do my, like I was stating, underwater basket weaving, self-employment, or I can go ahead and start, you know what I mean, painting rocks for a living, or you know what I mean, I want to be a pet groomer, you know what I mean, whatever, it's like whatever is your Nine of Cups is your Nine of Cups. It could also be, a love situation. Cups do represent emotional fulfillment, love, things like that. So you can be dealing with someone with water energy or heavy water placements, or you could have water placements. So let's go ahead and get into the Impressionist Tarot, see what they got going on for you, Taurus. What's going on? What's happening? Ooh. You got the Queen of Pentacles coming in there. That's interesting. Interesting card. Keep dealing with somebody with Earth placement like yourself, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could have extra Earth in your chart as well. Okay, look how pretty this card is. Especially, one thing about Queens, they're very nurturing. You're looking at your own pentacle. In the standard Smith Waite Tarot, it's a queen. She's sitting there on the throne, and she's staring at her pentacle. She's nurturing it like a baby, taking care of herself, taking care of her own business. Emphasizing that energy back in, taking that explosion energy from the tower, bringing it back into herself. That's a great, great thing, especially with the Nine of Cups on top. It's a fantastic outlook. You're doing great, Taurus. You're doing great. You don't got much to worry about. You're doing good. Now, that being said, on Wednesday, we got some Eight of Wands Eight of Swords energy. I'm noticing this picture right here. We've got this individual. She's got a blindfold on, but one of her eyes are popping out. She can actually see, not popping out, but she can actually see through the blindfold. She sees the ground, but she's not moving anywhere because she's got the sword. She thinks it's self-imprisonment card. You're stuck in the self-imprisonment. Oh no, you go from the Tower energy, also Nine of Cups. I'm happy with this. I'm nurturing my own money, but I'm afraid to step forward. I don't want to stay. That's pretty much what this. Or you're dealing with somebody with air energy. You have air placements. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius kind of situation. Let's get another Impressionist card to emphasize this for Wednesday for Taurus. Yeah, the Empress. Oh, look at that. Right on top. Empress is a very nurturing card. Now, if you're trying to get pregnant, this could be a good possibility. It doesn't always have to mean that. It could also mean that you're giving birth to a new idea, new way of looking, outlook on life. That's a fantastic card. It's great. Now, let's jump into Thursday. Now, Thursday, you got the Ten of Swords. Worst part's over. You might have been betrayed at work. You might have been betrayed by your partner. You might have been, betrayed by your neighbor. Phyllis. She could have borrowed your baking dish last Thanksgiving, and all of a sudden now she moved. So she betrayed you. So she's gonna give it back. Oh no, Phyllis took this and she ran away with it. But it's over. It's wand energy. It's painful endings, but it's it's completion. It's done. Okay, coming from that tower, it looks like, you're writing out of it. You're writing out of it pretty good. So let's get an Impressionist going on here. Oh my goodness gracious. Look at that. Now number 2 in this deck is an interesting one. It's a little bit hard to read. It's the High Priestess. That's what I thought it was. Sorry. It's a newer deck, but look at that. Look how pretty that is. High Priestess. Now the High Priestess is all about intuition, forethought, trusting within yourself. It's a very feminine energy. Um, Feminine, I mean, if you're, female, male, whatever, non-binary, whatever you are, it doesn't matter. It's just a very feminine energy. Like I said, tarot roles, gender roles, they're fluid, so it can be whatever. You can be whatever. Whatever you choose to categorize yourself, doesn't matter. But it's intuition. It's knowing that I came out of this Ten of Swords, this tower just happened on Monday. The Nine of Cups, I'm really feeding back into myself. You know what I mean? Eight of Swords, I'm scared to step forward. And all of a sudden, Ten of Swords, oh, the pain, that betrayal is over. And I saw this coming. It's almost like you saw this coming. You felt it with that tower. Usually before a tower happens, you start getting almost like that energy, almost before there's an earthquake. I'm originally from Los Angeles, and we so tune to earthquakes. I used to say if it's under a 4-pointer, I just go back to sleep. We kind of write them out there. You know what I mean? It's because we get them so often, but you can feel it. You can feel the air changes right before it happens. Cats freak out, run away. I got kitties, run away. Speaking of kitty, we're gonna stop this because I got a little red totem. We got to find out what kind of name we want to give this little guy here. Please leave that name suggestion in the comments. Okay, we'll choose one very soon. But anyway, yeah, you felt this coming. You knew it was about to happen. There's nothing wrong with that. Change is good. Everything changes. Okay, it's the only guarantee in life. Everything's going to change, but it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Alrighty. Next, on Friday to round out the week, we got the Queen of Cups. Beautiful, mature, nurturing energy on one's own feelings. It looks like you're looking deep within yourself. You're feeling calm. You're like, hey, all this craziness just happened. I'm holding myself. I'm strong within my own feelings. I got this. You could also be dealing with somebody with heavy water placements, like Scorpio, Cancer, Scorpio, Cancer, why can't I think? Pisces, sorry, Pisces. I like my little fish people, Pisces. You can be dealing with somebody with that energy going on, or you can have those placements, okay? So let's go ahead and exercise it with a tarot. Impressionist card. Oh, I got the Queen of Cups right on top. Look at that. You got double queens. That's excellent. Look how pretty this one is. Look at that. Gorgeous artwork. Yeah, double queen. So that's powerful, man. You got a double queen at the end. You got it, man. You're rocking it good, man. Even after this tower happened, you're pouring your energy into yourself. Now, if you look at it from, a relationship standpoint, it could be that, you found out that your spouse, say it's romantic, you found out that your spouse, your partner, was doing something on the side. Boom. They tell you about it. You find a text. You know what I mean? You catch them on, Tinder, whatever. You know what I mean? It's like it's explosion. You're looking at it that way. That was a 3-cup energy, third party. You know what I mean? Coming back in on, but you got your 9 of Cups. You're like, hey, I'm happy with myself. They can go off and do whatever they want. I got me. You got your people, you got your friends, you got your family, you got your animals, you got your plants, whatever, got your hamster named Ted. You're happy. You're good. You don't need them anymore because you're kicking back in this Queen of Pentacles energy. You're nurturing your own money. You're like, this is my own deal. I don't need nobody. Okay? Nobody but yourself. On Wednesday, you're still like hesitant. You had that big jolt and like, hey, I'm going to do that, but all of a sudden reality starts kicking in. You're like, oh, I'm afraid to take the step forward. This 8 of Swords, But it's okay because you're bossing up with that Empress energy. And you're like, boom, boom, done with it. Nurturing myself, I'm going to go have, I'm finally ready to go and, get pregnant. I'm finally ready to, adopt. I'm finally ready to start my self-employment business. You know what I mean? I'm ready to take this next stage, take this promotion. I'm ready, to become, a cabana, a cabana attendant in the Maltese, whatever. It's like whatever floats your boat, you're ready to rock and roll. Because, the 10 of Swords, it's over. That's ending. I'm done with it. It's over. Got betrayed. It's done. Fantastic. And then another Empress on top. You know what I mean? And that's even more emphasizing that you're done with it. Fantastic. And then the double Queen of Cups at the end is just saying you're pouring into your own cup. You don't need no man. You don't need no lady. You don't need no whatever. It's just you. You know, you got you. That's cool. I like it. I like it, Taurus. Nice, nice, nice. So that's what's going on for you from the November 10th to the 14th. Very powerful week. Get ready. Okay, this is kind of give you a snapshot, a little wake up call. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take an oracle card for you from the Cat Mythos and Magic Oracle deck. I just got this. Cool little deck. I like kitties. I'm a kitty person. I had to get it to look wonderful, so we're gonna go ahead and play with it. Let's see what the Cat Mythos has got for you. For you. Again, let's go ahead and try to name my little red cat totem. Let's see what good names. Throw it in the comments. See what you want to choose of the name. What's the Cat Mythos got for my Taurus people? Oh. Heck yeah, you're bossing up. You got the goddess. Look at that cat, man. He's like, mm-hmm. You know, there's that one meme that I've seen. It's a it's a picture of an actual cat, and he's staring at a statue of an Egyptian cat, because they revered them in ancient Egypt. And there's a tagline underneath saying, "Tell me," or something to this degree. Is like, "Tell me what has come, of our dominance, in this world, child." And the cat says, "Well, I poop in a box and humans clean." And he goes, "Good, my child, good." Yeah, I don't know, it's just silly cat stuff. But look at that, boom, goddess, and you got empresses all up in this guy. You got the two Queen of Cups. You're on it, man. Good feminine power energy. So let's go ahead and read about this mythos real quick, and I'll pull you one more card. Let's see. Align, so goddess, align with light and spirit. Can you feel your intuition welling up from your secret self? Your unique energies are connecting with you. Listen to them. You're also being called to be especially mindful of your home and loved ones. Nurture and protect them. That's wonderful. And the mythos is Bastet, I'm probably mispronouncing Bastet, the ancient Egyptian feline goddess. Oh. Answers questions intuitively. And so you got empresses up in this too, so besides the queen of sit quietly and pay close attention. What's going on around you? What are you feeling? What advice can you hear welling up from deep inside? Bastet offers counsel on and closely guards women's secrets. Interesting. Ask for guidance in matters of the heart, home, children, and loved ones. She also invites you to enjoy the other gifts she brings: protection, pleasure, health, and high intuition. That's very cool. Very cool. So that got you. You're on it, man. You're bossing up that energy. You're in yourself. You're done. RESPECT, telling what it means to me. You're done, man. You're gonna slam that door, and you're gonna turn around and like that mother effer ain't no welcome. He'll no more. He's gone, man. He's over. She's over. Whatever he, she, they, whatever. They're gone. You're done. It's you now. Good job. Good job, Taurus. Okay, let's pull one more from the Tangled Love Oracle deck. Let's see what we got hidden. Ooh, totally was third party, man. Because look what we got. We got coming clean, confessing, opening up, being truthful, raw emotions. So you caught this sneaky snake in the act, whomever he, she, whatever it was, and you're telling him to come clean. Because I got my intuition. I'm a goddess. Ain't nothing getting by me. I got two empresses coming out. I got two empresses, and I got my Queen of Cups. I'm looking at myself, intuition, all of that. Water's into a lot of intuition too. Got the Goddess card there, and then you're leaving out with this one. You're done. Good job. Good job, Taurus. You do you. You be you. You think of you. You got the power, man. You are awesome. So thank you so much, Taurus, for letting me read for you. Oh, hold on, I forgot something. Let's see who we're dealing with. Let me see who we're dealing with. Spoke too soon. Alrighty, we could be dealing with. This looks weird. Let's see him out. There you go. Interesting. Another Taurus. Let's roll it again. Could be their moon sign too, because I got the moon right here. Capricorn. Aries. Interesting. Okay, let's see here. What we got right here. You could have been born on the 9th of the month, or someone you know, or is close to you on the 9th, or something could happen on the 9th, or the 11th, or the 19th. I'm going to pull some letters, see who you might be dealing with. See who you might be dealing with. That's enough. Alright, so we got H, B, Y, E, P, E, F. So it could be in your name, somebody else's name, name of position. Could be place you ate in Boca Raton, I have no idea. Let's see. That's funny. I got B-Y-E. Bye. Bye to that sneaky snake that been doing that cheating. Third party energy. Bye. Bye, Felicia. B-F. There you go. Bye, Felicia. There you go. You're done. So you're going to go B-Y-E-F. E-P-H. Could be in your name. There, someone you're dealing with's name. It could be relative to you in any shape, way, or form. Alrighty. That's it. That's all I got for you, Taurus. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Again, this is from November 10th to the 14th. This is the Static Dreams channel. My name is Joshua, and I'll see you the next time. Take care and good luck.